And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kyle the Pug Sports Review Show, where we talk about all the hottest sports topics, which involves professional, collegiate, and even high school sports and everything in between. And with that being said, let's get on with today's show, as we have a doozy for today's show. God, I haven't said doozy in forever. Well, that's actually a 90s term that probably nobody will understand. But anyways, guys, welcome to the show. I'm happy you guys are here on this lovely Friday morning. Well, not really lovely, but it's kind of rainy outside since it's like a little after 10 o'clock in the morning right now. But Merry Christmas, everybody. This is kind of like a Christmas show. We're 2 days away from Christmas, guys. So yeah, again, Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Hope you spend time with your families, your loved ones, and yeah, be sure to spread the holiday cheer once Christmas rolls around. So Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. And with that being said, I am Kyle the Pug, a.k.a. Kyle Lodi, the host, the most, and the man with a plan. And, of course, with me is everybody's favorite irrelevant person, even though we still love him in our hearts. It's Cowboy Nick.
I never supposed to say Cowboy Nick. And you know what? All I got to say is this. I got my Christmas shopping done. Kyle still owes me my Christmas present. I'm going to bring in with my 8 tiny reindeer. I had to get 9 because the salesman wouldn't give me 8. Piece of shit. But I had to go.
Nice.
I'm give him his Christmas gift. I hope when I go into his house and while he's asleep and I give it to him, he doesn't beat me up with either a tire iron or a golf club and gives me that Tiger Woods like golf hit and like knocks my butt to the ground and then like burns my body, and then they find me like 3 days later.
Okay, that's kind of stretching, and that's not really what we talk about here in the Christmas cheer. We're about positivity and love, not about murder and burning body. Come on, dude. Don't be that person.
Well, it's positive though, because like everyone who came forward to have it great meal.
Stop. Anyways, we need to get started. We need to get started with our topics for today's show, as we always do. We have 3 hot topics here in the sports world today. So here we go. So we are going to be giving out our Week 16 picks as we're coming down to the wire for, of course, the NFL season, and of course going into the playoffs in the next few weeks or so. And then, of course, we got Hockeytown with Cowboy Nick. So that you can hear that coming up here later on too. But right now we're going to be talking about some breaking news that just happened just a little bit ago, and it involves Cavaliers guard J.R. Smith, who is having thumb surgery, is going to miss 12 to 14 weeks. So that is a big blow to the Cavaliers lineup, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that right now. So J.R. Smith will miss 12 to 14 weeks after surgery to repair a complex fracture of his right thumb. Smith suffered the injury while swiping down Milwaukee's Giannis Antetokounmpo. I apologize if I mispronounced that name right, but during the first half of Tuesday's 114 to 108 overtime road victory against the Bucks. The 13-year veteran, who signed a 4-year, $57 million extension with the Cavs in the offseason, was averaging 8.6 points on 33% shooting this season, the second worst scoring average and worst shooting percentage of his career. And should Smith miss the full amount of projected time as he rehabilitates his thumb, he would rejoin the team anywhere from a month to 2 weeks before the playoffs begin. The Cavs end the regular season against the Toronto Raptors on April 12th. So, how huge of a blow is this to the Cavaliers, Cowboy?
Well, I don't think it's a big one. It's a blow, but I don't think it's a big one due to the fact that it's just thumb surgery. Even though the thumb is a very important part when you're playing
basketball. It's the depth that's gonna blow for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, but you still have Irving. You still have a lot of other players on the roster that's going to give you that. It's going to be a slight disadvantage, but you know it's good. When it comes to the Cavaliers, you still have LeBron and you still have a lot of other players that are going to help you to make this game great. And when you look at it like this, when you go into a game and you win, and you get a victory against Milwaukee, 114 to 108, in overtime against the Bucks, you have to think to yourself, you know what, that's still something to be proud of. And you know what? having surgery on your thumb is a hard thing to go through. Believe me, I've done it in high school when I played water polo. I fractured my thumb, and it didn't feel good, and I had to have surgery on my thumb. But it's well worth it, because in sports where you have to use your hand a lot, you have to realize, okay, look, I'm gonna have this surgery. It's gonna be a part. I'm gonna be away. But that does not mean you still can't do some workouts. Go for his runs. Go out and do. I mean, he can't do some like weight stuff, but he can still go out and run. He can still do the treadmill. He can do some cardio. So if he says, "Oh, this is gonna wreck me for a while," no, it's not. There are still things you can do, and there's still workouts you can do to keep yourself in shape for when you come back. So let's hope he does that in his rehabilitation. Kyle?
All right, so Cleveland started DeAndre Liggins in Smith's place for the second night of their back-to-back Wednesday against Milwaukee. And Tyronn Lue said this about J.R. Smith and his effort on defense and his tough shot making and his presence on the court. And I quote, "We're going to miss J.R. His effort on defense, his tough shot making, but it's no excuses for us. It's the next man up, and we got to be ready to play. We've got to do it by committee, and I think our guys are ready to step up to the challenge," unquote. So your thoughts on that, Cowboy?
Well, you look at that, it's true. You gotta. Just because one player is out doesn't mean there's not a redshirt player that can, take the place. You have to, as a team, you got to keep going. Just because one player is down doesn't mean another player who's itching to get into the game can't do it. Whether or not he's gonna bring the performance that they want, that's up to the team, and that's up to getting him prepared and learning his position. But in the end, when you look at a team like Cleveland always has that mentality of pushing forward and moving hard. So I think we're gonna see Andrew doing really well, and I think he's gonna push this team to where it needs to be. Plus, like I said again, you still have LeBron, you still have Irving, and you still are able to push forward and do what you need to do. And like you said, in his defensive efforts, you still have a guy who can do defensive playing, so you keep moving forward. Now,
all right. Well, with the Cavs having the best record right now, the best record in the Eastern Conference, we're going to see where that goes from there as time moves on. But so basically, we're looking at J.R. Smith here, and he had the surgery at Crystal Clinic Orthopedic Center in Montrose, Ohio, and that's obviously that's near Cleveland, a little farther back. But hand surgeon Dr. Thomas Green of Northwell Health in New York was the lead surgeon, while T.J. Riley of the Crystal Clinic assisted, and Dr. Richard D. Parker of the Cleveland Sports Health was actually present at the time as well. So he got a couple of doctors in there, so he's got to be, well, I wouldn't say it's going to help him right away, but it should be a step in the right direction if you have that many doctors assisting you.
Well, when you have a guy like, if you remember, Dr. Richard P. Parker of the Cleveland Clinic, he has done several other player surgery, like as well as back when we had a certain player. We all know him. I'm not going to say his name, but we all know who he is. He injured his middle finger and his feet. He did an amazing job and bringing this player to be able to play once again for the Cavaliers and all that. And he brought him back and brought him to where he needs to be. And right now he's one of the top scorers in the league. So you look at this, and you look at especially Crystal Clinic Orthopedic Center is one of the greatest orthopedic centers in the world. There's people who have had cancer in their hands, and this place was able to remove the tumor, and people were back on their feet working within 4 months. So that's something to be proud of.
All right, let's make a couple predictions here really quick. Do you think J.R. Smith's going to return before April 12th, like on it or after? Or what's your thoughts on that, real quick?
Honestly, I think he's going to be returning before, because with the Cavaliers, I read things about this, with their rehabilitation clinics and the way they do rehabilitation, they are a truly great organization on rehabilitation, and I think he'll be there by the 12th. But will he be dressed for their game on the 12th? No.
All right, I'm going to say he's going to return before the 12th also just for those reasons, but I feel like he wants to be eager and go out there and play again. I think that's his mentality, and that's pretty much everybody's mentality too, and especially whether it's the NBA, NFL, and NHL, you know, all those other sports, you know what I mean? But anyways, guys, let's move on here really quick since we're hitting the other 10-minute mark here. So we are going to be getting into our NFL picks, rapid-fire picks, that is, for week number 16, as we always. I know we didn't do last week, just, of course, personal reasons. But we are here. We're going to give out our picks for the NFL. And, yeah, we're going to have fun doing it. So here we go. This is our Christmas picks. So keep in mind, guys, we have Saturday's games and we have Sunday's games as well. So most of these games are going to be on Saturday now. So, and because it's Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, you have a couple of games on Sunday too. So here we go, guys. Let's get right into it. So the first game we're going to be discussing is the Dolphins and the Bills. And in this game could go either way between AFC East rivals. So that being said, I do like the Dolphins to win by a field goal, even though Buffalo is favored, but I feel like the Dolphins are going to sneak this one out here. So somehow, some way on the road.
Yeah, I like the Dolphins too. And it's not just for the fact that they say, oh yeah, the Bills are going to be better at home. You look at
they will be though, but I feel like the Dolphins are going to sneak away due to time of possession.
Well, look at Tynehill, his passing record. 261, 389, 209,995 yards and 19 touchdowns. Come on. And then you look at Jarvis Landry, 80 with his 82 receptions, 1,031 yards and 3 touchdowns. You have players like who are performing like that, and you look at the Bills who are 7-7 right now, 4-3 at home. You look at that, and you look at the 9-5 Dolphins. This is a team that, they're coming into New York, where there's going to be a colder climate, and it's going to be.
Okay, so Dolphins. Okay, so you picked Dolphins there, so we got to move on here. So we got another game. We got the Jets and the Patriots, and I like the Patriots here by at least 3 touchdowns. Well, probably like 24 points.
Yeah, I like the Patriots too, and not just for the fact that they have points. I like the fact that they've been performing at a really high level, and when you have a person performing, a team that's performing at a really high level, you're like, oh man, you really want this.
All right, so we have the Titans and the Jaguars, and I like the Titans on the road by 10 points.
I like the Titans on the road by 10 points as well, because the Jaguars, they're not as bad as the Browns, but come on, 2-12, seriously, new coaching is needed.
All right, so moving on here, we have the Vikings going into Green Bay, and I like the Packers here to win by at least 9 points.
Yeah, I like the Packers in this game, but I'm going to say it's just 9 points, but I'm going to say this. The Green Machine's going to do something, but I'm going to say that the Vikings are not going to give up. Easy. This is going to be like JR used to say in WWF. It's going to be a slobber knocker.
Oh my God! All right, so moving on to our next matchup, we have the Chargers going into Cleveland to take on the Browns, and even though I say it's going to be closer than most people think here, but I like the Chargers to win by a touchdown.
I don't think it's going to be close at all. I just think the Chargers are going to say, oh, it's a throwaway game. Let's just go with it. I'm going to go with the Chargers as well.
We have the Washington Redskins taking on the Chicago Bears in Chicago, which probably that game's going to be really, really cold, but weather could be a factor here, but I still like the Redskins on the road by a field goal.
I like this game too. I like this game, and I think I'm going to go with the Bears in this one because you know what? I think the Bears are going to just say, you know what? Even though our season's not as good as it should be, we got to beat the Hogs. We got to show people that we're not just a throwaway team. That we really have something. We may not make it into the playoffs, but you know what? We're going to show you that we can have a good season.
All right, so moving on here, we have the Falcons and the Panthers, which is probably going to be an offensive shootout in my opinion. But I do like the Falcons here on the road. The Panthers could probably win this one, but I like the Falcons here on the road for that. For I would say by like 2 field goals.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go and say I like the Falcons in this one. But I'm going to say this, the Falcons are going to win this one in the 4th with a late touchdown.
Okay, then we have the Colts and the Raiders playing each other in the black hole. And, yeah, this one's going to be quite an interesting game, too. I feel like this is also going to be a shootout, but I feel like the Raiders are going to win on a defensive stop.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a bloody game. I think this is going to be one of those games where you're just like, Oakland, you have enough wins already. Please, can we just have one? Can this be our Christmas present? So we're trying our best, and we're just really, really we're like, the culture is basically saying, we're gonna try to get something, but can we?
All right, speaking of trying to get wins under their belt, the 49ers go to the LA Coliseum to take on the Rams. And in this game, yeah, it's going to be it's going to be an interesting game here in most cases because you're looking at both teams. And yeah, both teams, I mean, one team had a decent start, but then after that, it was just, straight losses after that. And something's got to give here with this both of these teams. So that being said, I do like the Rams here by I would say by like 6 points.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams by 6 points, and I'm gonna say that the Rams are gonna have they're gonna end their season probably with I'm gonna say a 9-10 record. But I just have to say this for the Niners: why can't they get serious?
There's no way the Rams are going to go 9-10. That's just not even a thing. But anyways, let's move on here really quick. We have the Buccaneers and the Saints, and I feel like this one's also going to be a shootout too. But I like this. I like the Saints here at home to beat the Buccaneers. By how many points? I'd say by at least 10 points.
I agree with that. I agree with that by 10 points. I'm going to say this: the Buccaneers it's not going to be like a throwaway. It's not going to be that big of a throwaway game. I know the Buccaneers are going to leave the same kind of. They are going to leave them a little bloody and bruised.
All right, so moving on here, we have the Cardinals and the Seahawks, and I feel like the Seahawks are going to win this game by 2 touchdowns.
Now let's not underestimate Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer does have some pretty good skills. 22 touchdowns so far. But you know what I mean? I just think
they'll get points though. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the Seahawks are going to be on the bigger end of the stick.
Yes. So I'm going to say this though. I'm going to go with the underdog in this one. I'm going to say the Cardinals are going to win this one, but it's going to be by a late touchdown in the 4th.
Okay, so in other words, they're going to be playing spoilers, and that's fine. But anyways, we're moving on here. We have the Bengals and the Texans, and with this game, I'm gonna say the Texans win by 2 points. So it's going to be a game-winning field goal for the Texans.
I think the same thing. I think that this is the Texans game to lose.
All right, so going into Sunday now, which of course Christmas Day games now, these games are going to be on Sunday, we have the Ravens and the Steelers, and yeah, this game is going to get hectic and out of hand real quick. So that being said, I say the Steelers win by a touchdown, even though the Ravens will put up a fight, and I think they will put up some points.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be a touchdown as well. But I think it's going to be a touchdown, but, I think that the Ravens are going to leave the Steelers a little bit bloody.
All right, so Broncos and the Chiefs, and I like the Chiefs in a defensive game. I like them in a defensive game because, both defenses are amazing. And they're probably both at one. They're both got the top defenses in the league, but I feel like the Chiefs are going to be on the better end here because they'll have the home crowd behind them, and it's an AFC West showdown and all that other stuff. And then there's something to fight for in this game. So I like the Chiefs here at home.
And I think this game, and for me, I think in this game it's going to come down. It's going to come down to who's going to have more ball possession. It's going to be a defensive game. And like I said, it's going to come down to who can hold on to the ball longer.
All right, so last game we have, and it's a Monday Night Football game, and it should be quite an interesting game too. It's going to be the Lions and the Cowboys, of course, at Arlington. And for this game, I like the Cowboys here by, I would say, a touchdown, maybe 9 points, somewhere around there.
In this game, I'm all Cowboys, and I'm going to say this. It's going to be, the Cowboys are going to treat this as a throwaway game, and it's just going to be, the Lions are just going to get demolished. So.
Well, not exactly. It's going to be closer than most people think, I believe, because the Lions do have a decent team. So don't say they're a throwaway team.
Yeah, but you can't compare their team to what the Cowboys have in skill. So.
All right. Well, that sounds like that inner biased bandwagon fan coming out in you, but what do I know, right? But anyways, guys, moving on here to our final topic of the show, and that's, of course, our rapid-fire picks. We're going to move on to Hockeytown, of course, with you-know-who. So take it away, man. The floor is yours.
Hey, how y'all doing, folks? It's me, Cowboy Nick, and yes, this is going to be, again, we're only going to have one story. This story's going to be, it's going to be one of those stories that everyone is just loving. And it's going to be called John Tolioli has wins, but need to see a better overall coach than Badger Bob Johnson. And these two are like me and Kyle. Why? I would say Kyle Kyle is John Tolioli. And I'm Bob Johnson. It's one of the funniest things you never believe. Columbus, and this is how it started. Columbus Blue Jackets coach John Tolioli became the first American-born coach to reach 500 wins. But is he the best USA coach in the history of the game? Tolly Harbor Brooks, Ron Wilson, Jack Riley, Mike Cervini, and Peter Larotti are all one of my short lines. However, Bob Johnson is a man who coined the legendary phrase, "It's a great day for hockey." Rivals Torley as a goat in the U.S. So probably between both Bob Johnson and Herb Brooks. If any of you don't know Herb Brooks, I'm ashamed of you. Herb Brooks was the guy who led the USA in the 1980s to a gold medal to beat down the Soviet Union. They made a movie about him. It's called Miracle. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Hall of Fame, Tom Fuente said, if counting on the NHL Bob Johnson to his date, I would say that it's a far comment. Brooks, a native of St. Paul, Minnesota, who died in a car accident in 2003, is best known for the Miracle on Ice win over the Soviet team and the gold medal for Team USA in the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, New York. He coached 7 seasons in the NHL with the New York Rangers, Minnesota North Stars, New Jersey Devils, and Pittsburgh Penguins. But amazed only 229 wins, which you can't say is not a bad thing. Wilson, 61, a Canadian-born American, he moved into the U.S. when he was 12. He has a storied coaching career in the NHL and entered the editorial for Team USA after 18 seasons in the NHL. He finished with 648 wins. Riley, who died in February at the age of 94, coached at West Point. He coached at West Point, best known as the coach in the 1960s U.S. Olympic team that won the gold medal at Squaw Valley, which Herbert Brooks, if you didn't know, was on the U.S. team at that time in the 1960s and was My Riley, right before the Olympics, so that's why Herb wanted it so much. Civilian 48, a native of Marshfield, Massachusetts, is a defining Stanley Cup winning coach for the Penguins. Levante, 52, of Franklin, Massachusetts, won a Stanley Cup with the Carolina Hurricanes in 2006 and will soon reach the 500-win plus A. He's at 492 with the Nashville Predators. But Matthew Bo Johnson is in a class all of his own, like I'm in a class of all my own. In opinion, is Bob Johnson, Toronto Maple Leafs GM Ramon Rolo, said he won at all levels, like I've done. College and pro, what I have done, unlike Kyle. Johnson's overall body of working half-year-old, a native Minneapolis. John was a tireless promoter of the American Hockey League. You know, he won 4 city conference championships in 6 seasons at Minneapolis, Roosevelt High School. He won 3 national championships at the University of Wisconsin. He led the 1976 U.S. Olympic team to a 4th place finish and coached the U.S. national team in 73, 74, 75, and 1981. He coached Team USA at Canada at the Canadian Cup in 1981, 84, and 87. Johnson coached the Carolina Flames for 5 seasons from 82 to 87. So it was around the time me and Kyle were born. When Kyle wasn't born, he was found. Completing a record of 193, 155, and 152. Losing the Stanley Cup Finals in 1986 to Patrick Roy, and if anyone doesn't know who Patrick Roy is, you're sad. Storybook Montreal Canadian. After that, he was the executive director of Team USA Hockey for 3 years before joining the Penguins, who he led to a Stanley Cup championship in 1990, 91, and his first and only season with the team. He died in November 1991 from brain cancer at the age of 60. Bob was an amazing person. First of all, a great coach, always positive. Penguins icon Mauro Lemieux said in the team's 50th anniversary documentary that Pittsburgh is home. Mark Riccia, a 3-time champion, 3-time Cup winner with the Penguins, Hurricanes, and Boston Bruins, best describes Johnson's legacy in the documentary. He was the best coach I have ever had. A combination of teaching, communication, being positive, which I do. He didn't think it was real at first. However, can somebody be that positive? I don't know. Am I that positive? By the time that January, February comes along, he's still the same person. Kyle, back to you.
Saying I was found, that was kind of rude. It's Christmas, man. It's Christmas. You're supposed to say I was born from a nice family, not say I was found. That's kind of messed up, dude.
What? What? You think you found by a nice family?
No, you're saying like you sounded like I was found near a sewer or a gutter, like a dumpster baby. Midnight dumpster baby. Like, no, seriously, come on, dude. Be reasonable.
You're not like that. You're not like off that show. What's that? Norbert. You're not like Norbert. You know, your dad didn't that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but don't be saying things like that. It's Christmas, and it's not Patrick Roy. It's Patrick Roy. I hope you realize that.
Well, my French is not that good, you idiot.
Oh, no, that's no excuse, Nick. That's no excuse.
Yeah, well, think about it. Well, think about it, Herb.
Wait, what are you saying now? I really don't get what you're saying.
I guess that you were Herb Brooks. You have the attitude of the coach Herb Brooks.
That made no sense, but okay, whatever. You have a very, very weird imagination.
You know me. Hey, Kyle, you should know me. You should know me by now.
That's the sad part about that.
Yeah, but don't what? You don't want to know me? Now you're saying that's even sad. This is Christmas. You don't want to know your best friend?
What my own boy does is kind of weird at times, and sometimes I can't figure it out. That's what I'm saying here, and that's why you're putting yourself in your own position.
Well, it's Christmas, so things go crazy around this time. As you should know, folks, like with Black Friday and all that stuff.
All right. Well, anyways, before this gets really out of hand, thank you guys so much for joining our sports review show. And if you guys did enjoy the show, please drop a like, sub if you're new to my channel. Definitely helps my channel grow. And same as my other channel, once you do hit the subscribe button, bell notification means you stay up to date with live streams and new videos as well. So, and of course, Cowboy Nick has to make those dumbass sound effects like he is. Doesn't even have a brain. But anyways, I'm Kyle the Pug, and for Cowboy Nick.
Yeah, Cowboy Nick, and yes, I have a brain, and guess what? It's a big brain. I do my 2+2s, my 3+3s, my 4+4s, and I make cookies and milk.
If you have a brain that big, that'd be pretty scary. That'd be like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, for crying out loud. But anyways, for me, I'm Kyle the Pug, and we'll see you in the next video. So have a good day, and as always, stay safe. Peace!
You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring all your words, not making any sense, but I don't fucking